The triads team reported demanded some additional info for that particular bug, so we would provide the information of this particular bug to them. Over here, we go to kickstarter.com, and after going to kickstarter.com, we would create an account. I would just first verify that yeah, I am doing it the right way or not. Then I would create another POC for the team. All right. I logged out. I click on start, then click over here 10-minute mail, and I get this mail. If I do over here start a project, after clicking on it, it's asking for a category. India. India wasn't supported, I guess. Yeah. So I enter the name over here, test21, the email. I would show you the password just for purpose of testing. The password I'm keeping is test at the rate 2003, so that you know what exactly I'm testing over here. And I created an account. I would create an account and see clearly that once I create the account, I would store some of the cookies over here. This is the account creation request, response to this request, forward. Now this is the particular request which we need to store. I stored it on notepad. I stored it over here and then click on forward. Alright. Now over here it says to verify the email address, like verify this account. We have the verification mail over here. I would click on complete verification. I did that. Now we would change the password from here. Settings. Click on change password. It's asking for a new password. I am now doing a new password as hacked at the rate 2003, hacked at the rate 2003, and I am entering my crust password as this. Save settings. It says your safe could not be saved. The password confirmation doesn't match. One second. Current password, it's asking for current password. I click on change password. Okay, I'm entering some other password, and my current password is test at the rate 2003. The password is changed. Now the password is changed, everything is fine. If I try to log in again with this mail, I click on login and I enter any random password like abc at the rate 2003 with any wrong password. I click on login. It would say that it's wrong. I captured this request. I interchange this request with here. Click on forward. I don't know why it isn't not working this time. Earlier it was working. I don't know why it isn't working this time. Let me interchange the request. It should not behave like this way. It's strange because that day when I was testing this bug, it was working perfectly, and even I have the response to that request as well. There's no sense of it not working today. Um, One element I think which is playing a very important role over here is could be the cookies and stuff like that, if I'm not wrong. Let me see that. If I click on login, the mail, intercept on login. Let me change the location a bit. It should work now. It's something is not right in this particular thing. I need to retest it. For example, I am creating an account with this name. This time I am entering my personal email address and I won't verify the account because that day it worked. Either the backend has fixed it or I don't know what is there. Sometimes company do that they fix the bug so that they need not to pay for that bug, because there is a habit of mine that I don't report bugs without testing, and if I am claiming something it would be right. I am copying the requests just to see which of the following requests would make a difference, and this time I won't verify the account. I would just simply change the password so as to see if verification makes a difference or not. I say change the password. It's changed. I log out from here. Now I click on login. This is the new mail. I am entering a wrong password. I am entering a wrong password and it would show this error. If I replace that error with this thing, let's see how it behaves. It's not working, which is very fishy because I can even show you the recording of that day when I was testing this bug. Let me try some other thing. If this is a particular thing, I would interchange it. It's not working. Now let me show you something, that how companies fake fake things. Always have a habit to record things. All right. Uh, Let me see where it was, the bug I was testing, and then I would show you the proof that I am stating what I am stating is right. Not in this part. Let me test in this part too. Now here was the bug which I was testing. See, when I would report that bug, then I would show you. Over here, I am hunting the OAuth bug. It was on first day or second day. If I have hunted it on here, I would be having a proof. Yeah, exactly. This is the bug. Now see clearly over here. I entered a email, right? I entered an email over here. After entering the mail, this is the wrong password which I have entered. But here is only email. There is. I'm entering my own mail, gmail.com, and now instead of this particular thing, login. I logged in, and I entered a wrong password, guys. Over here, it says this particular thing. I am giving it a token which I copied it when I was creating the account, and the account was not verified. If it logged in, it would be a bug, but if it didn't allowed us to log in, it won't be a bug. A response to this request. See over here. Nups, it's not working. It's asking for a 2FA. Let me see if I click on code, that how now it's reacting. Okay, it sent me a code. It would work the second time. I would now disable the 2FA. Remove that 2FA from there. I would first remove the 2FA, then I would sign out. So Ravi, technically if you do change your password, but I can access your account, that we tested somewhere here, because we are testing after the 2FA functionality. This is something very strange. Let me tell you. Sorry, my caps lock was on. We manipulated the response and we were able to log in. Now I guess the steps are somewhat different. If you have the recording, you are on safe side, to be very honest. See, it's allowing. Now I would tell you what exactly were the steps out here. Password, like that's AA. Do you guys want me to play the recording so that you guys have better surety that what I'm speaking at that particular stage? You would have more clarity, guys. Just give me a second. Use time पे what I was testing. All right, over here. A and A along with my old password. Response to this. Most probably it should not allow. It should throw an error. But if it allows, it's good. Treats this password. Run this thing. That's response to this request. Please verify. Already subscribed na. If I drop this CSRF, submit this request. Please verify your password. It's not allowing me. I guess the session is active for too long. That's why it's saying like that. In this particular request, I gave like that particular token request where it showed me an error. Says the password is incorrect. That's strange. I entered the right password. But we need to figure out the exact same steps. Sorry, my caps lock was on. To report it. Now, this is something very strange. Let me tell you how it's strange. I would re-verify the bug. For example, at this point, see, I logged out. Let me first test, then I would explain, because the relevance of let me note the timing. Be there if I started from 42. Can't okay. Prove it that thing I'm thinking is right. I entered my mail over here, and I entered any random password. I click on login. Response to this request. Username. It contains my password. Response to this request. It gave me this particular user credential, which was right with the response I earlier got. Can I log in into that particular website or not? I logged in. Now let me escalate the severity of this particular thing. So yeah, that's possible, but I guess they have fixed it from the back end. That why it isn't behaving the same way. Because if I test it again, and I enter the login and the password, it shows me response to this request 200 OK, and it would show an error. I enter this. I need to compare what exactly would be the difference which is stopping me from recording. See, now this is the response where it says user credentials. Over here it says AC. Over here it says CC. It's different. Maybe I guess that it was working, they fixed at the back end. It's not really a good tactic. If I copy it somewhere, It opened. Log out. Login, and then I would retest it. contact.nexussec@gmail.com. A login. It shows an error. I gave it this particular thing. It's working perfectly. It's working perfectly. Now, if I want to retest it, I would again change the password and then retest it. हो सकता है at that day might have I have making some mistake. Not the case for sure, but it could be a possibility because I reported this bug earlier to the company and then on HackerOne. So sometimes companies do this. They fix the bug internally and yeah. I need to write a new password. Save settings. It's Let's hope for it to work. Otherwise, that report would get closed over there in HackerOne. Now I write over here contact.nexussec@gmail.com. I enter the password as anything. Click on login. I captured this request. Let's pray it should work. It's not working. I don't know. So we need to write. So yeah, we need to say like that because now it's not working. I clearly showed you that particular thing where it was working. Can't help much. We need to find more bugs on this. Right. I don't want to test on this program, to be very honest, because I know what exactly happened in this case. So I don't want to waste more of my time. Let's go over here and yes. So what exactly I was about to do in this case is that I have a program that's a mobile app program. We would do the static analysis on it and then we would do the rest of things. Android Studio. And over here the emulator would load. It has that particular application over here and the application name is techmel, and firstly we would start with the static analysis on this particular mobile application, then we would do the other things. You won't believe I was hunting on a web application and I was able to bypass the email verification of any account, and it took the company took 2 weeks just saying we are checking, and after 2 weeks the bug was fixed. And I clearly know what exactly happened at that particular thing, but I can't say anything. That's the bad part. Over here, we first see that what exactly things are true. To see what allow backup is false, if it might have been true, it would be a bug. Moving on, exported activities are which activities are true. I am seeing that crop file folder, crop image activity, true. None of much severity. Not of much severity. So let's just quickly go to the strings.xml to see if there are some hard coded things over here. I'm just being very quick with it. I don't want to waste much of my time and your time. So there is this apps flyer SDK key. So I would directly ask ChatGPT if it's sensitive or not. We need to research about it. For what exact purpose it's used. So we got the AFLA documentation. Yeah, it's not giving me the link. Finally. I need to see where it's written it's sensitive. SDK. Over here it's not written specifically that it's sensitive. ये चैट जीपीटी आंसर देता है उल्टे पुल्टे देता है फिर इसको पता ही नहीं है फिर क्यों पूछता है झूठी इन्फॉर्मेशन देता है चैट जीपीटी कुछ भी बना देता है ऐसी सेंसिटिव बना दिया ऑलवेज डू रिसर्च गाइस फॉर डोंट जस्ट ब्लाइंडली रिलाई ऑन दीज थिंग्स पॉइंट्स भी कट जाते हैं बग हंटिंग इफ यू रिपोर्ट ऐसे ही जस्ट डोंट एवर डू दैट we move down. I don't see anything sensitive for now. Here's the firebase URL. Let's copy that and write .json. It says permission denied, that means we can't access this. It's safe. Google API keys is no more sense under the category of sensitive. This doesn't works. Apart from that, there are no hard coded. credentials as such. We can begin with the dynamic analysis, I guess. I don't see anything sensitive over here. Hmm. It's very important, guys. Sometime on static things you find P1 bugs. I have a case scenario where I found really sensitive information. I Let me see if I have a screenshot of that. I could show you guys. I need to find the screenshot. I found really sensitive information. Uh, I would find it for you. In that, the auth tokens and everything was getting leaked. So yeah, it's very sensitive. All right, guys. Before starting the analysis, I need to first configure my this thing over here. 8082 all interfaces, nice and running, success. That's good. Then I need to run it as adb root, adb shell, go to cd data local temp and start this frida server. Once the server is started, I need to write like frida minus u minus f and the package name, and the app name is tickmill, so we can easily get the package name tickmill apk. From here the package name is com.tickmill. We enter that over here and minus l for the javascript file. Before clicking on enter, you should turn the intercept on. And yeps, it started fetching the things. I like it this way. Yep. So it would now slowly take time and it would get sorted. Sometimes this way doesn't work really well. Sometimes that it stops the application from working in a specific way. So we would sign up here and I would write my first name as bing.com. I'm intentionally writing like that, guys. Don't think my middle name is bing.com. I am testing for some sort of bug. That's why I am writing like that. This is for the US citizens. It says we can't offer our services to US citizens. Okay, and then I'm not a US citizen. I need to enter my date of birth, which is May 2003. Okay, I click on enter, and if I click on next, over here I can see the traffic going on. Can't see the full traffic. There might be some another page as well. See, it crashed. Generally while testing you would come across these scenarios, but don't hassle. It's very common in Android app pen testing. It's very common. You need to have a lot of patience while you test. Really trust me on that. You need to have a lot of patience. See, it says continue previous. It takes me over here. हो सकता है on a specific page it crashes every time. It could be the possibility too that on that specific page it can crash multiple times. See, it's crashing multiple times. So in that case, now I would tell you a new way of doing the SSL pinning bypass, and that way is not really recommended by me. I don't recommend that way, but yeah, that's a new way of doing SSL pinning bypass, and I would tell you that's using Frida as well. And just let me quickly get my notes, and don't assume guys कि सबको सब commands याद होंगी. It's not that. There are a lot of commands, no one can ever remember it. So yeah, source app name. All right, so I would write over here objection patch apk source and base apk. What it would do, it would decompile the application, it would inject the Frida gadget in that, and then it would do the SSL pinning bypass. But the website sometimes gets crashed, it gets destroyed, like the APK gets destroyed. So not 100% security, like surety that it would run or not. Alright guys, understanding everything, guys, Kavya and Arjun, understanding? Good. You guys are attentive today. So it would create the application, and the application name would be the new base.objection.apk, and it would be like that. We would install it in a minute. Give me a second please. All right, so in this case what we need to do is, sir, where can we get these commands? There are many resources on internet. Just write up SSL pinning. There are ample of resources. मैं notes share कर दूंगा. That's not a problem. I would share these notes. बट ये समझ नहीं आएंगे गाइस. द प्रॉब्लम इज मैं शेयर कर दूंगा, समझ नहीं आएंगे बिकॉज दीज आर मेंट अकॉर्डिंग टू माई ब्रेन, कि मेरे को पता है कौन सी चीज़ कहाँ पड़ी है. दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम. आई ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप दिस ऑब्जेक्शन APK. नाउ सी इट वोंट रन ओवर हेयर. ये चीज़ें होती हैं. It's giving this error. Try on some other emulator. You need to deal with all these things. बहुत common errors हैं guys, बहुत common errors, and you need to deal with these errors. Getting the application stable for mobile app is the biggest challenge. It's giving the same error. So let me try on this emulator if the application gets stable. Our purpose should get resolved. वो किसी भी emulator पे हो, we should be least concerned. It's running well. If I write like adb root, adb shell, cd data, it's running good. Cd data local temp ls new server. All right, then if I write over, I need to it's already a success. Let me close this up real quick. Intercept on. Just pray that it should not get crashed. Click on sign up here. Bing.com. Hee hee. All these inputs doesn't make sense guys, इसलिए I'm entering anything. Don't take कि हाँ कुछ इसका मतलब होगा टेक्निकल इसलिए सर भर रहे हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Sometimes websites have a very good security, इस वजह से they crash so that no one can touch that particular thing. अगर वो यहाँ पे भी ये वाली एप्लीकेशन भी ये इसी स्टेप पे क्रैश होती है, दैट मीन्स देयर वुड बी सम सॉर्ट ऑफ सिक्योरिटी. It's not getting ahead. Go on. As soon as I click on this button, then only it crashes. Why it's so? Just let me do this step without doing anything. As soon as I click on that country of residence button, it crashes. There's a problem with the app itself, I guess. Can I create an account bahar se? If I can. Tickmill. I don't know if I can create an account. मेरे को ये है कि बाहर से ही सब it should be done so that I guess मेरे को वो चीज़ ना फेस करनी पड़े. Maybe. Android app pen testing is really a pain. That's why I don't like it. My favorite is web and networks. 27 May. Next, it would ask for personal details. I click on next. It's asking for a phone number. I would enter that, no worries. This is my business number, guys. That's why I'm least worried. So it says verify your email. I would quickly do that because I want to test that application. इस वजह से आई एम लीस्ट कंसर्न कि मेरे को टेस्ट करना है. I click on verify email. It's good. Over here it says India, and in the address I'm entering anything. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. Let me quickly enter that information. One second. Let me quickly enter that information and then I would resume the recording. I filled the information. I created an account. Let's hope for the best. And yeah, it's all right. It's already opened. Close it. All right. It's resolving all these things. It would ask for ID password now. All right. It's asking for a mail. Now it would ask for a password. I entered it. Click on login. See, you can see the password and everything in plain text over here. That means we have broken the SSL pinning of this particular thing for sure. And you can see lot of information about me here. Now over here it says force update credentials is false. Now if you clearly look at here now, it contains a JWT token. Now the most difficult part about a mobile application is bypassing the SSL pinning. If you have somehow bypassed the SSL pinning, it says TICML company IDs 3. If I change it to 2, see everything got changed. That clearly means that the signature of this particular thing is verified. Means you can't modify that particular token so easily, and you need to quickly move this responses ahead in order to the web application to work. You would find places where you can do a lot of hacking, but in generally the mobile applications you need to rely on this particular HTTP history to see what things you can do to what we say hack things, to find bugs and everything, because this is not like application and it's very different from normal applications. Now we are logged in, it crashed again. It would be a general practice. Don't get frustrated why it's getting crashed again and again. In mobile application it's very common. Now we are logged in, and we would directly get logged in this time. And if it again crashes on profile page, I don't know what I should do in that particular scenario, but let me log in quickly. Login. It's not logged in. Why, I don't know. I filled everything right. It's even showing the right response. So I told you the most difficult part. Rest the testing remains same. It depends upon what security the like the mobile application is using. There are different ways of doing SSL pinning bypass. For the Flutter apps, it's different. For different technologies, it's using some other stuff. It's very common practice. Now in this case, if you can observe, it's uh, not working really fast, right? It's not. You can see this particular request, it's from that particular application. Here the product is 1. If you put a colon over here, it says value 1 is not valid. If you just put a colon over here, you can try SQL injections over here as well, right? You can test for what we say XSS over here. Different bugs could be tested. Script alert 1, script tag close. See, it says forbidden. It detected that we are giving XSS payload. Rest everything remains same. You need to bypass it and everything. That's not a problem. Just let me quickly log in into this particular application, and then we can start testing from the my profile page. Once I was hunting on a mobile application, it was not much secure, and I found a SQL injection on that particular mobile application, and the bounty was really good because mobile applications are not at all secure as compared to. But yeah, these challenges like the crash errors, the getting slow errors, these pose a very critical concern in these things. Let's try the forgot password thing, how it behaves. It's not allowing me to log in. I don't know why. Maybe from the back end authentication my account would have been declined. ये भी एक possible reason हो सकता है guys. Like sometimes the verification gets declined because I didn't filled my right information. बहुत गलत मलत information भरी थी. If I write the mail over here and let's say this is the mail, get my link. So see, here's the email parameter. I take it to repeater. The response to this request. In the response, it says attempts 0, attempts left 5. If I convert it to 500. So this is the particular request which is responsible for this thing. It sent the mail. Now the remaining allowed attempts is 499. We clearly abuse this functionality. Now, one thing I want to test in this particular case is, if you clearly see, it reflects my end name over here. It says Dear Mr. Sedana. So if I do one thing, instead of at the end area, I would explain what I'm trying to do. Just give me a moment. I guess I have found one bug. I would for sure report it after seeing what are the exclusions of that particular program. Then only I would report. It says Dear Mr. Sedana. So that means my last name is getting reflected and there is no option to alter it now. I can't change my last name. So yeah, that's a problem too. So I should have edited it, but no worries. This is not the bug I was testing. Now if I again click on password change, I want to see that how many attempts I have remaining. If I enter it again, I need to see that error message. If I can increase that limit, it says 2. It says it's your third attempt. Now I would use turbo intruder over here. What's turbo intruder? It's an extension over here. Extender added. One second, let me go to the store. I am trying to basically find the bug over here. Turbo intruder. It won't work over here. Where is T? Yeah, I can't install it over here as it's not the latest version. So I would open this burp suite. I would show you what exactly I'm doing. I would try to bypass this rate limit. It has only 2 remaining attempts now. I'm trying to bypass that attempts. Extensions. Yeah, I have over here turbo intruder. Let me load it. It's nice and running. Enable, edit. I need to add this over here 8082. It says someone is already using this port because this one is using that port. I would remove it from here. I'd close this thing 8082. All interfaces. It's allowed. turbo intruder over here. Hmm. So what I need to do over here is I need to intercept on, just see if I can capture the request. For that purpose now I need to rerun this application, because when I change this particular thing, this is the last bug I'm going to test, guys, don't worry. If I click on enter, rest every process remains same. You can see each of the request in real time. Forward, forward, forward. This interface is not at all good. To be very honest, I don't like this interface. The previous interface is very dope. If I take this request of Sidana Arman 2003 at the rate gmail.com and get link over here, so the response to this request is this: attempts left 2. If I write over here attempts left 200, but that won't really affect the backend. This is the particular request we need to send to turbo intruder. Alright, so what it means, the attempts left are 2 basically, right? But what we would do over here is I would multiply these requests and run it with this particular thing. I'm running it with turbo intruder. If I click on attack, concurrent request per connections 5, I click on attack, it's not running. Why it's not running? One second. You can research about it, turbo intruder, because I don't use it much for a rate limit. So we send it to turbo intruder. Percentage S mark. So for it to work properly, we need to give a percentage S mark. If I write it over here, percentage S, click on attack, it says no such directory over here. USR Dix words. I need to find exact resources. You can research on it too. That how exactly we can use it for rate limits, because I use it for race conditions. I haven't used it for rate limit in any case. So yeah, that's all for today. But one thing I need to check more is that if I say the response to this request, what it says to me. It shows this particular thing forward. Now there was a particular thing where it says these are the amounts of attempts left. What if I request in browser original session, I rerun it and then access it again? What I meant by that is it says attempts 0. Now it says na attempts 0, and I might have gotten 5 mails according to their security restriction. Now this was the thing I was about to test, that I need to conclude it, that's why I'm taking your 2 minutes. In the response it would say no requests left, like no attempts left. If I say attempts left 300, click on forward, would it send the mail, or there would be some backend authentication? See, there is some backend authentication which is defining that yeah, it's not good. But there could be multiple ways of testing this particular thing. For example, if you do like this forward, do like this attempts 1, attempts left 4, it might manipulate the server, might, not sure. No, it didn't manipulate it. Try changing the HTTP version. In some conditions it works pretty well, sometimes it's not. So you can try manipulating this particular thing. You can try manipulating the versions and it works. Sometimes what you should do is try the mutations of this particular thing, right? Like that. Sometimes it works, not always, sometimes it works. Yeah, so that was all for today. Thank you guys for your time, and I would see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.
Recording stopped.